Good morning. Sorry I'm a little late, everybody, or a lot late. I'm just gonna take a second to post in the Discord here that I'm going. Something I almost always forget to do, but I figure today, since the time is a little bit off, it would be a good thing to do. So let's see here. There we go. Turn my game sound down a little bit. Find my glasses. Knoxpear, Mystery Plays, Kraken. Good luck with mounts. Thank you. Thank you. I haven't logged in at all today. I'm really tempted to just, like, run my normal daily stuff. I mean, this is time that in a land where we used to do stream countdowns, I would normally be doing stream countdowns anyway, so it would be a little mean to have, like, all of the mount drops within the first 3 minutes, so I can flip my auctions. We're good. We're good. How are you guys doing? Hello, Magdalena, David, Mel, One True Viking Bard, missed the intro. I do too. It is something that I like and I would like to do again, but I was just kind of like, the two options were keeping the intro and then having the VoDs. I guess there's 3 options. Option 1 was what we were doing before, which is there was an intro, I would trim the intro off the VoDs lost live chat replay. Option 2 is what we're doing now, which is drop the intro. There is no intro on the VoDs keep live chat replay. And then the third option is do the intro, have the intro on the VoDs, make people skip it, and keep live chat replays. So it's very important problems. This is how I've decided to do it for now. I might change my mind later. I'm a very mind-changing kind of lady. You have a cute, sweet gnome. Thank you. Love your channel. Keep up the amazing work. Thanks, Emily. Happy to finally catch you live. Welcome. Welcome. So this isn't my normal time. Normally we're like, what, 2.5 hours earlier? Oh, goodness. Oh, I got 20k gold. What did I get? Oh, I sold a Rizashi hatchling. Man. I usually, like, I flip things sometimes when I remember to, but I never remember what I invested in. I'm not really keeping an eye on it. I don't have enough, like, I'm not organized enough to really know what I'm trying to do. I just have, like, the rules set up to try and do it for me when I press the button 37 times. And every now and then I'll wake up and there's just, like, a bunch of gold in my mailbox, and it's pretty cool. I'm at 1.5 of the 2 million gold that I need to buy myself a ridiculous spider mount that I will never ride. Oh, hey Hazel, how are you doing? Hey Scarlet Blaze. I'm alright. I'm really looking forward to this stream. I needed this today. I've had a frustrating couple of days. Hello from Madrid. Did you just start? I don't know. I love your live streams, but I wasn't the first one here. You were very, very early. You're still on the very first page of the chat, if that helps. A boy and his snail. Welcome. There will probably, I don't know if you actually have a snail, but there will probably be some amount of snail conversation on this stream because snails have recently entered my life, and I have a lot of feelings about them. Which ones are you going for? You have lockups for pretty much everything. I have my own lockup for ICC, so we're probably going to end with, like, some invincible runs. I'm going to aim to do runs for about an hour here. That's about as long as I can go before I have to do lunch and then I get started on Patreon stuff. So we're just going to, right now I'm flipping my auctions, but we're going to start with Run of the 4 Winds. I'm going to try and actually loot the boss that drops the mount before I zone out of the instance this time. If we possess control of Vault of Archivon, then I will run Vault of Archivon to try for a War Mammoth. And then we're going to do Tempest Keep, and we're going to do Zul'Gurub to try for the Raptor, and that's about it. And then ICC, of course. Hi Hazel, hey Muse, how are you doing? Never mind, Almeo, you play Alliance. All good, no worries. Thought I missed your live stream, hi Hazel. No, I almost missed my live stream, but I will not miss live streams this month, I refuse. Leave the intro, make people skip it. Saying this person who watches VoDs because I can't always be on streams. Yeah, it's fine on desktop because I can put a timestamp in the comments and in the description. It's very easy to find and click. But a surprising amount of people watch the VoDs on mobile. And when you're on mobile, you can still click to skip, I think, but it's harder to get to the description and the comments. It's not, like, right up there. And it's also a little bit more fiddly to try and skip to the 5-minute point. So I don't really want to do that to the mobile people. Personally, keep the intro, put a 5 timer in the description. Yeah, that's my reasoning for not doing that at this time. I did do that once or twice. Generally speaking, this is not something that it's not a big problem. we'll all figure ourselves out eventually. Hi from Mobile, Alabama. Hey Lauren, how are you doing? Hey Sean Parker. Expensive amount you paid for was 200k. No way I could ever afford 2 million. I mean, I used to think like that, and then I discovered the wonderful glory of Trade Skill Master and flipping things, and then I had a lot of fun. What am I doing here? I'm trying to sell all of these. I don't want these anymore. 5? Sure. Yeah, okay, I'll undercut myself. Why not? Why won't you let me? What am I doing? I just want to post these for a really low amount of money. There we go. I didn't invest in that, if it makes you feel any better, because I am selling them for a fair bit below. I guess I drove down what they were worth. I kind of crashed the Bear Tartar market on my server. I just really want, like, I was having a grand old time hanging out in Stormheim, farming bears. I had a couple of days where that's all I wanted to do. If I had, like, if I was chatting with somebody, or I was, like, thinking about something, or planning something, or I needed something to do with my hands, that was all I wanted to do, was sit in Stormheim and farm bears. Oh, Joker, what's up, buddy? My dog's a little bit upset this morning. We went to the dentist, for me, not for him. And he's always a little bit upset when his routine's disrupted. So if you hear him crying a little bit, he's just kind of working through his feelings. There's not a whole lot we can do for him. I would make him cuddle me, but that will definitely make it worse. Any suggestions for guides or websites for tea? You have me on a tea kick. I want to try something higher quality than tea bags. Yeah, so the original place where I learned most of what I know about tea is from the tea subreddit. It's literally reddit.com/r/tea. Reddit has a variety of things. Some of them are good and a lot of them are not. But for hobbyist things like tea, or just, yeah, for hobbyist things like tea, or like if you want to learn how to keep bonsai trees or like fish, you can get generally pretty good specialized information there that's better than what you're going to find most other places. And that's where I learned a lot of what I initially know about tea. Alright, so I want pet charm still, no matter what anybody tries to tell me. I want gold, and I want gold. Oh my goodness, I have dialogue sounds on, and all of my followers are just yelling at me. I didn't do it, I'm sorry. I think I'm sending my account-bound rep tokens to my other priest. I love this mail toy. I keep it on like this. This is my mail toy button. I keep it in the middle of my screen in this character, because she mostly just, Joker, what's up, bud? She mostly just sits in this room. I'm sending these over so that she can catch up, so that she can start working on her own Paragon chest. Is that right? Yeah. I've had no luck with my last Paragon now, but I have all of them but one, so I really have very little reason to complain. Just started watching your videos. Love them. Thanks for watching them. Appreciate that. Hello, look who's here. I am Suppymon. How are you doing today? Hope you had a good morning. I had an alright morning. I went to the dentist, and that's always fun. I'm waiting for my tea to chill. I'm not supposed to drink anything hot for the day because I had like the varnish put on, so I'm waiting for it to become lukewarm so that I can make it. Hi Maisel, sup Skater, how you been, dude? Do you have Invincible mount? No, we're gonna be working on it. It's a show I'm writing. I need a snail. Snails are pretty cool. I have so once I'm settled in a little bit here, and if I ever catch up with chat, I will tell you guys all about my snails. I just keep becoming cooler and cooler every day. And this latest thing, it's actually, anyways, I'll get to it in a minute. My cat loves watching your fish. Finally made a live stream in time. How many mounts do you have? Somewhere in the 300-ish range. 378 looks like over there. So on this character, yeah, this is what I'm doing mount runs on. We're gonna flip missions in this Vindicar mission board. What auction of Saturn are you using? I use Trade Skill Master for almost all of my auction needs, and then if I just really quickly need to sell something and I'm feeling kind of lazy and I don't want to figure out which group to put it in, which is almost never, I also keep Auctionator on. So I would say if you don't want to learn about, if you don't want to get into TSM, or if you don't feel ready to get into TSM yet, Auctionator is the best thing for just like making the auction is basically what it should be. But do yourself a favor and take like a morning on a weekend sometime, sit down, read or watch a bunch of guides on TSM. I do have a set of them, and you're just, it's just so good for your gold making. You just make so much more gold if you want to. It's fun. Are you still married? I am still married, yes. I love your gear. What is it? Who are you wearing? Red carpet joke? Well. Oh my. I mean, let's check this out for a second. So, I am wearing some classic, oh, I can't even do the impression. I don't even know who I'm trying to imitate. I've got basically heritage chest and shoulders. The skirt is Soothsayer's Kilt. I have no idea where it's from, but it was in my transmog journal and it went with the set. And then this lovely tabard here. I hate tabards. I don't particularly like this one. But this is the Master Trainer's tabard, and that is the only piece of evidence that I have to say that I finished my Family Brawler achievement, which means that I have done more PvP pet battles in the last week than I have ever done in my life. And I'm actually, much closer to finishing the Stunted Direhorn thing than I was before. And I have a bunch of footage that I can use to make a Family Brawler guide. I have a lot of footage that I can make a lot of videos with right now. I've just been having really bad luck with getting them all the way together. I know I didn't put out anything yesterday. I don't have anything ready for today. I'm gonna try and make something for tomorrow. I spent like part of the weekend and almost all of yesterday working on something that I found out in editing that I just have to scrap. It's just unusable. I don't even want to talk about it. I'm still kind of upset. Where am I going? All right, so we're starting now. We're starting the mount runs. We're going to start in Throne of the Four Winds. I'm going to use some of these rep tokens to get myself a little closer to Exalted with Valorhar. One of these days I should probably do like the Valorhar quests to try and, you know, accelerate it that way, but one thing at a time. We're going to start in Throne of the Four Winds. Hey from the UK, good luck with the mount runs. Thanks. Got my Void Elf to level 100. Grats, Abraham. Add-ons do wonders for gameplay. Must if you raid or do dungeons. Yeah. Some people, I think that almost everybody can benefit from one or two add-ons. I certainly don't judge anybody for choosing to play without any. I was like that for a long time ago, but I was like that for, I think, at least the first year or so that I played. I didn't want any add-ons, and then I kind of caved and ended up getting a bunch of them. But there's sometimes less is more, and sometimes they're just good. Where am I going? I'm going to the Throne of the Four Winds. I'm going to right now actually get into my holy spec, put on a weapon, eat some bear tartar, and try to keep my brain enough within my skull to actually do some of these mount runs. I swear I used to be better at multitasking than this. Over 300, I have only 96. Yo, you gotta keep at it. They keep coming. As long as you keep doing some mount runs every week or some whatever it is that you're doing to work towards some mounts, they'll keep coming. Tabard totally stands out in your Void Elf. Yeah, it's because it doesn't match my set in the slightest. But you know, it's a status symbol right now. It's a memento of the achievement that I did of using pet teams that somebody else recommended to me. Mage Tower up, Survival Hunter down. Times for the Arms Warrior. Grats, dude. You've got it. You've got it. You're trying to do all of them, right? Like you're working on getting every single one. Is that what you're doing? I seem to recall that was your plan, although I may have edited that in my brain. You made over 15 million gold from TSM that I give to new players. Oh, that's charitable. That's charitable. I'm very selfish. I spend a good amount of my gold on buying battle pets to give to my patron supporters in battle pet giveaways, which I can't really claim as charitable because you guys are giving money to me. It's kind of charitable in the opposite direction, which I have to do today, by the way. That giveaway is going to be today. I'm probably going to start fixing up the list of entries once I'm done here. But yeah, I spend a good amount of gold on that. But aside from that, I mostly keep it all to myself. I'm a little bit selfish about that. I used to use it to buy... I mean, I bought Game Time for a long time, and then I had like 2 years of Game Time, and I eventually realized that with the token prices where they are now at like, what, 200k? I'm having more fun making gold when I'm saving it up for an in-game goal now, such as the spider amount, rather than just, like, I would just rather pay the 15, like, if I have the $15 automatically come off of my credit card, I'm not gonna remember or notice it, and plus, it's WoW. It's like, I could probably make that a tax write-off. It's not like I can do my job without playing it. So I'm less worried about buying Game Time and more worried about saving up my gold now. So we're heading to Oldham. Got your great North Elderhorn, so excited. Grats, Toms. Why is she always married? We'll check later. I'm gonna be honest with you, even if one day, God forbid, I wasn't married, which would be awful, I'm probably not gonna start dating out of my chat. You previously... stream, this is like a TV show to me. Oh, do your previously on? Oh man. Well, previously on. This is why I'm not a real TV show. Previously on Hazel's Tuesday morning Mount Run stream. What did we do last week? We went to the Throne of the Four Winds in a very exciting battle against the Council of Four Winds, in which I almost lost, which was surprising considering my power differential. And then Hearthstoned out before I remembered to kill the boss. So we have a nice starting point to kind of improve on. Auctionator for years, you just scan every 3 days. I guess over the years, I've just got sharp, no need for TSM. Yeah, I mean, the thing that's really, really convenient about TSM is that you don't have to scan. You get the desktop app, and you're getting data from that. You never have to scan. You're always going to have in your tooltips up to, like, the most recent hour information on how valuable a given thing is. Like, within the last... It should even tell me. It should tell me, yeah. The last one that was sold was like... Oh, that's the last time I sold. I don't sell this very often. But yeah. Pristine Falcasaur Feathers on Lightbringer NA. Going right now for about 2 gold 70. And I don't have to run scans. It just kind of happens. Congrats on the Brawler. It's awesome. Love the Tabard. Thanks. You have to do the balance channel challenge. Have you done it? No, I'm probably not gonna. I'm probably not going to do the balance one. I'm feeling a little bit done with Mage Tower challenges. I have the Shadow Priest one, and I have the Resto Druid one, and the Holy Priest one, and that's like 2 more than I ever originally planned on doing. First time fully leveling a character. You haven't leveled since vanilla, you're looking forward to Pandaria. Yeah, no, Northrend and Outland are by far the most boring part of leveling right now. Once you're out of that, you're pretty much in the clear. The rest of it is more fun and goes more quickly. So let's see, we're going to want to make sure that we're on Haruk and 25. May or may not matter. Good day, Hazel. Hey, Bleedon, how are you doing? Good to see you in the stream. Do you have all the mounts from Isle of Giants and Pandaria? No. And you know what the thing about Isle of Giants and Pandaria is? Okay, so I actually managed to kind of sleep through a couple of patches in MoB. I played for all of MoB. I never once, not once have I ever unsubscribed from WoW. The closest I ever came was in MoB. I got to a point in my life where all I was doing was logging in to do my farm, and then I would log out of WoW and I'd go play Dark Souls. And I've never actually unsubbed. But I also didn't really do much. Like, the whole Throne of Thunder Isle of Giants patch, was that even the same patch? Kind of passed right by me. Like, I don't really know exactly what I was doing between the launch of MOP, because I remember doing a lot of dailies when that first happened. And Isle of, the Timeless Isle? Whatever happened in between there, like I didn't do a whole lot of it. I eventually went and caught up on the, what was it, like 5.2, 5.3, with the Horde and the Alliance ships in the southern area. I eventually went and caught up with that because I really wanted the mounts. But aside from that, didn't really do much of anything in that area. And kind of managed to not get a lot of it. I mean, I got the not the Falconer pets, I got the Raptor pets because you kind of need those, but barely did the raid, like once or twice, and I'm missing a lot of loot. I have some of the mounts. I have, so... Oh, no, I don't. Never mind. Giant dinosaur. Don't I... Okay, yeah, I have a black primal raptor. Wait, is that from the same thing? Correct primal egg. Mountain of... Oh, alright, well. I have this one, but I don't have those ones. Definitely missing some dinosaurs. Got my Nightborn Warlock to 110. Congrats, Frank. Hey, Hazel, how old are you? Oh, no, how are you? I'm misreading. Nobody asked me how old I was. I'm alright. I'm alright. I'm glad to be here and catching up with you guys. You filmed for 30 plus minutes or longer. Found out later the footage is unusable, usually due to being out of sync. Yeah, I can fix out of sync. It's frustrating to fix, but I can fix it. I've done that before. This was, I had recorded for the first time with, because I've moved my camera recording into OBS, whereas before I used to record in a separate camera. Basically what happened was I had resized I had resized something out of the shot and did not have footage of the thing that I needed to have. And I attempted to go back and re-record it without the camera so that I could sync it up later, but the sync issues are just, I guess it is a sync problem. How do you get the Fox Mount again? For the Fox Mount, you're going to want, I think it's a Torn Invitation. There's some kind of an invitation drop item. We did not get that mount, by the way. I did actually install Rarity, though, so it counts up my attempts. So I can see that I've tried for this Drake 46 times. I have not got it yet. That's not that bad. It's like a 1 in 100 drop rate. It will not retroactively count attempts for things that are not counted in the stats. So things like the mysterious object that you get the Khadgar pet from the Kirin Tor rep chest. That it does not retroactively count, because it says I've only tried for that once, and I definitely have tried more than once. But yeah, the Fox Mount, you need that item. It can drop from Suramar rep chests, from Suramar emissary chests, and it can also drop from the chest at the end of the Withered Army training. And then you get the item, you do a quest, you get the mount. I haven't got it yet. Maybe the Nightfall and Tabard fits. Oh, as soon as I'm over this tabard, I'm taking it off and never putting a tabard on again. I am generally not a tabard lady. Don't forget to do time walking dungeons and all characters. Is it time walking right now? Did that happen? I guess it's not Pet Week anymore. Oh yeah, look at that. Time walking event begins. We're doing Wrath? No, is it Wrath? I don't know. We're heading to Vault of Archivon. We're heading to Vault of Archivon. Actually, I should probably vendor some stuff. Dude. There we go. Watch your stream reminded me to check the sniper. Just spent 100 gold each on items worth 10k. Nice. That's always a good feeling. Red Pally challenge was annoying. Neat teacup. Why, thank you. This is my only Japanese teacup. Oh, well, so that reminds me. I'm not drinking Golden Eden 4. That's what I was drinking last time. I am drinking I'm really sorry. I hate it when I lie to you guys by accident. I'm drinking Genmaicha. So whenever I'm drinking a Japanese tea, I always pull out this cup. I don't think it's particularly, it wasn't very expensive. I don't think it's hand painted or anything like that, but it is from Japan. I did get it shipped in. That makes it sound like I spent more effort than I did. I just bought it while I was buying some Japanese tea. Do you know about Fandom Tea? It's a company that makes blends based on fictional characters. I've seen something like that done through Adagio Tea. I feel like they sell on their website. Maybe it's another thing that does the same sort of idea. But yeah, I've seen kind of similar things like that. 5-0 is Mott, 5-1, Krasserang, 5-2, Isle of Giants, 5-3, Baron's Patch. Baron's Patch. Wow, I really slept through Mott. Yeah. I pretty much, like, I played, but I didn't do the patch content for 5-1 or 2. I was just starting my YouTube channel back then, I think, and I was making, like, pet guides. Very bad ones. So we're going to head to Wintergrass to see if we control it, and then if we do, we can go to Vault of Arc 1 try for a War Mammoth. Caught the stream. Welcome, Brandon. How long have you been live for? Didn't get a notification. Oh, this'll tell me. 20 minutes. 20 minutes. Also, that reminds me I need to turn on the bot. I'm a little bit of a mess today. I'm not a mess. I'm just a little disorganized. I need to clean my office. It's normally pretty tidy. I've had a couple, you know, you ever have like a couple of bad days and then you just kind of like look up and your life is falling apart? That's dramatic. But what am I doing? I'm turning on Fuzzbot. There we go. Fix something. Oh, how did the dentist go? Dentist was actually good. Dentist was, I think it was good. It was hard to tell. I had a lady that's not the normal lady that does my teeth. I have issues with gum disease. I'm basically trying to manage the depth of my gingivitis pockets, I guess you could say. It's not a pleasant situation to be in. I'm very, very careful about my dental care to try and stop it from getting any worse. So my dental visits are typically traumatizing because they basically stab me a whole bunch in very infected areas to try and clean them. Does nobody control this right now? What's happening here? Shouldn't there at least be a timer? Oh, no, we got it. That's good. Yeah, typically dental visits are awful because they stab me a bunch and then they tell me that I'm not getting better despite working really hard at it. And that's always kind of disheartening. But today, they stabbed me a bunch. It didn't hurt as much, which either means that A, I've been doing really good, or B, the temp lady that I got, because I didn't have my normal lady, didn't stab me as hard. So we'll see. But I don't have any cavities, and she said my pockets aren't any worse. So that's all I can really ask for. My teeth are still in my face. You can buy the bones from the auction house. You can trade bones. You can buy them from the auction house. Oh, I didn't know you could buy them. Are they expensive? Do people make gold like that? I've been waiting for this, but YouTube never updated for me. At least I found it early enough. I drew a warm-up pic of you. Could I show you? Yeah, if you have Twitter, just tweet it to me. That's usually the best way to show me stuff like that. Alternately, you can probably post it in the Discord, I think. New to WoW? Man, being new to WoW is a magical time, I think, in everybody's life. Hazel, do you like your videos? Well, thank you. How many achievement points do you have? How many achievement points do I have? 20k. 20.2. Why am I so unlucky with beta keys? Luck of the draw. Got your girlfriend to play WoW with me. You've been trying to get the Fox mount. She got it first attempt, but you got a bit jealous. There's always a little, I feel like there's always a little bit of beginner's luck. You know, everybody has like one thing. I guess not everybody, but most people have one thing that they get really early on. I don't really remember what it was for me, although I did actually get really lucky. It wasn't super early in my WoW career, but back in Cataclysm when you were able to get randomly drop mounts from the satchels that you would get for queuing in a desired role, like healer queuing or tank queuing for dungeons. Those satchels, I mean, they still offer them, but they're awful now. They used to be able to contain mounts, and that's how I got my Reigns of the Raven Lord. I never did Sethic Halls for the mount. I never did any Sethic Halls mount runs, but I have Reigns of the Raven Lord because I got really lucky from one of those satchels. Watching and enjoying your videos for a while, but this is the first time I've caught a stream. Welcome, Bacchus ZA. I'm really glad to have you here. I hope that you enjoy the stream. You logged off after leveling pets the old-fashioned way, having the sausage burger hat last day pet week bonus. How many did you said leveling over pets, but I feel like there's a number in there that you missed that's important to your story. No, you can't put a link in stream chat. Stream chat will purge links, but you should be able to do it. You might be able to do it in Discord, and if not, you can do it on Twitter. Are you also too lazy to trash stuff that can't be sold in your backpack? I have an add-on that helps me a lot with that called Auto Vendor. And basically, when I open trade with a vendor, it's going to automatically sell not only the gray gear, but epic soulbound gear under a certain item level. Some things will not get automatically sold, but you can actually add them to the junk list, and then every time that they're in your bags after that, they will be auto-sold. So If, like, for example, I opened the vendor and it didn't sell this runic mana potion, I could add it to my junk list, and every time after that it'll get sold. So it takes a little bit of getting set up to get it quite the way that you like it, but auto vendor is by far the best thing for keeping your bags clean with ultimate laziness. Been struggling with blue screen of death in my gaming rig today. So happy to find you here as a distraction. Well, I hope this restore works. I hope it works too. That's so stressful. I'm so sorry. Fingers crossed for your rig. Hi Hazel. Hey Gavin, how are you doing? Forgot to read the rest of my comment. I read it. I might not have finished saying it. Sometimes I forget to finish talking. Yeah, it's a thing I should do. It's a thing I might not do. It's definitely a thing I should do. Rep tokens for mounts like the BC ones, the Heavenly Goldens. Yeah, I have the BC ones. I have Nether Drakes. I have, like, what are all of you? Do I have all the Burning Crusade mounts? I guess I don't have Ashes, otherwise I wouldn't be still farming that, right? But that's not a rep mount. What are all the BC rep mounts? I have Nether Rays and I have Nether Drakes. What else? I have Talbots. Am I missing any? Is there anything else? Have I? What? I'm lost. Did I do? No, there's a boss down there. How did I get turned around? Okay, hang on. Hold up just a moment. We're going the wrong way. We're backing this car up, and we're gonna go kill Archivon. Hi Hazel, how old are you? I'm 25. Life is like an icy treadmill, easy to slip and fall while trying to keep up, and real hard to get back on after you slip. Yeah, but you know, I would append to the end of that slightly depressing saying. As you continue getting back on the treadmill over and over again, you're going to get the most ripped quads. Your legs are going to be muscles of steel. And that's important. You know, sometimes you have to kick stuff. Cost you 40K in the server. Are you doing YouTube full time now? I remember at one time you also worked retail and did YouTube. I did. I did used to work retail and do YouTube. I have been full time for almost 5 years now. Almost 5 years. Over 4 at least. I've been full time for most of it. Very unprofitable for most of it. Did you ever farm faction rep back then when you thought race mounts were the coolest thing? Yeah. In Cataclysm, because the thing then was you got the tabards. Like they had this great idea that you could wear a tabard in dungeons to get rep with a faction, like whatever faction you had the tabard for. They kind of gave up on that after a while, didn't they? I really liked it. I ran a lot of dungeons because of that, but yeah, I did. I farmed out all of the factions, and a couple of different times actually before, because it wasn't. When did the faction mounts become account wide? That was Cataclysm, right? Was it? Yeah, account wide. I don't remember. It's surprisingly difficult to remember when exactly the various quality of life things happen. So I'm actually going to add a couple of things to my junk list here. Auto vendor will not automatically sell things with use effects, like this equip chains of ice thing, just in case it's like an item like a piccolo or something. So what you end up, so it won't auto sell those, you have to add them to the list, but after you've added them they will. So we're going to put that on the list, we're going to put that on the list, and then add this runic mana potion. I'm never going to want one of those. Okay, so we'll sell those guys, and then I'm actually going to auto mail any of my BOEs. So I go to my BOE gear list, I add these legs to it, and then over in the mailbox, man, I love automating as many things as possible. I do so much of it in WoW and so little of it with my job. Automail is going to sell things on the list like my frostweed cloth. Darn it, stop sending my river onions. Whoops, that's my bad. And then those legs have been sold to my bank hall, or sent to my bank hall. All right, we're heading to Tempest Keep to try for a Ashes of Valar. We'll see. I tried streaming WoW on YouTube, keeps flashing back to desktop, back to game, using Shadowplay. Was it because I left the launcher open? I've never used Shadowplay. If it's flashing back to desktop and back to the game, you probably want to check to see what, like, I've never used Shadowplay. I can't give you advice. If it was OBS, I would tell you to check to see if you're using like window capture, and game capture, display capture. Do you have the correct EXE hooked? But I've never used Shadowplay. You got Drake of the Northwind, your first ever run of the dungeon. The rest of the runs that night had no mounts. You had 96 attempts in that mammoth. How many attempts am I at actually on the mammoth? I'm at apparently 71, so not that bad. But it's also supposed to have a reasonably high drop rate. Ish. I guess maybe it seems a little bit higher because you get 5 chances a week per character instead of just the 1 chance per week, so maybe it just ends up feeling a little easier to get. You're pretty lucky getting albino buzzards, and that was 50 pets. Albino buzzards still sell really well. Some items you don't want to sell, some are role-playing items sell for a ton. Yeah. So any items with use effects that won't auto-sell. I've never tried to sell grays that are used for role-playing. I will admittedly say that I've never tried that. But it's not going to sell like BOE greens or anything like that. Those things it won't sell those. Those I add to the GSM list. Hello from Europe. This is a great time for the stream. Good luck on the Met run. Thanks. Glad you're here. For the BFA beta, do you need Legion and BFA? I don't know. I don't know what the exact requirements are. I do know that you want to be opted in to receive beta keys on your account page on Blizzard. Hey, late night. You have bad news. The motherboard of my computer died over the weekend. I'm computerless now. Oh no. Oh no. That's kind of the worst thing that can happen. I mean, at least your hard drives are probably still intact. It's like, it's one of the worst things that can happen. It's so rough. That really sucks. I'm sorry. Hi Hazel. Hi Stesha. Because of you, I have ventured into loose leaf tea. It's helping me cut back on soda. So far, I've gotten my teas from Adagio. Posted the pic in Discord. It's not amazing. I'm not the best in portraits. Let me check it out. I probably won't put it up on stream because I don't have I'm not set up for that, but I will take a look. And then if anybody wants to see, it is in, where are we at? You remember which channel you put it in? I'm lost. Not that one. Not that one. There we go. It's in the WoW and Squirrel Squad discussion. Love the fish cam, missing the cat cam. Yeah, cat's a little bit crazy for she hasn't shown up to a whole lot of morning streams. Usually in the morning she's either sleeping in our bed and doesn't want to get out of the bed, or she's just running around like a mad cat. But the fish is doing all right. Fish is doing all right. I don't see him there. He may or may not be stalking a snail. So I was at the pet store last Saturday. Because Fleta, who is my betta, he is my betta fish. He's in there somewhere. He is doing great, building bubble nests, eating like a mad shark. Very healthy, good color, looks good. But he bites his tail. He bites his tail. I've never caught him doing it, but it's the only explanation for these big bite-sized chunks that have been coming out of his tail. It's not fin rot. His water quality is pristine. It doesn't show the other symptoms of fin rot. There's nothing sharp in there. All the plants are 100% silk. His decorations aren't sharp. There's nothing sharp in there. It's bite-sized chunks. He's biting his tail sometime. And I've been trying a lot of different things to try and figure out what it is, because apparently with fish, it's really hard to tell. He could be bored. He could be not bored enough. He could be stressed. He could be not stressed enough. He could need any variety of things. So what I did is I went to the pet store because I wanted to get some foam to try and like slow his filter down. So you'll see there's a piece of black foam on the left that's covering the filter intake. There's another piece in the inner part of that. Those are just stifling the filter intake so that it flows a little bit more slowly to stress him out a little bit less. And then while I was at the store, I was talking to an employee there about Fleta's fin biting problem. She's like, well, why don't you get him some snails, you know? It's something that somebody suggested to me before, and she's like, you know, they'll keep the tank clean. It'll be something for him to kind of occupy himself with, and, you know, they're safe. They take the same things. They're easy to keep. It's fine. And they're like $1. So talk me into it, and I get some snails. And I get a black one and a gold one so that I have Soul Dynasty colors to kind of keep with my Soul Dynasty theme. And I bring them home, and they're mystery snails, and they're super cool. I have some cute footage of them doing like their snaily thing. And Fleta has, I think, chilled out a lot. I haven't seen him biting his fins, although it's only been a couple of days. He hasn't bit his fins since he got them. He likes following them around. He likes watching them. He's a little bit of a bully. And he tries to eat their algae wafers. I'm still evaluating the situation to determine if it's okay to leave them all together. The fish is fine. He's happy as a clam. The snails are, as long as they're eating and they're still moving around, like, he can't really hurt them, but he can kind of freak them out a little bit. So I'm trying to decide how humane it is to have them all in there. They're mostly all right, I think. They keep very different schedules. He's up and awake during the day, and then he kind of goes to bed at around, like, 9, and then they wake up around, like, 10 and start going around. So they've been eating at night. I blanched them a piece of zucchini for a special snail late time snack last night. I tried them on carrots. They did not want carrots. And then the algae wafers. So, like, they sold me these sinking algae wafers to feed to the snails. And the betta wasn't supposed to touch them, but they were supposed to be just good for the snails. And the snails ate, like, half of one. And then Fleta decides that he wants to eat it insteed. So he, like, shoos the snails away from it and then starts eating it. And then, like, spitting it out, because it's gross, because he's a carnivore. He doesn't want to eat algae, but he, like, keeps eating it and then, like, spitting it everywhere. and now I'm trying to find vegetables that they'll eat so that I don't have to feed them those, because even if he's not eating it, he could still eat it and end up bloated. Anyways, I spent a lot of time thinking about my snails. Did you do the poll for what to cook? Yes. So that went on. It should be ended now. I have not looked at the results yet. Once I'm done with this stream today, I'm gonna, we'll probably have lunch because it's gonna be about lunchtime, but then I'm gonna do the Patreon stuff. So the Battle Pack giveaway, I will post the May Patreon art, I will make the prints and do the mail out, and I will also announce the dates for the baking streams. Hazel, wish Blizzard would go back and upgrade the textures in all of the old mounts. All are looks dated compared to my new mounts. Yeah, I don't know. I would rather than just continue to add new mounts and leave the old ones as they are. Because I think that you're gonna upset more people than make happy by changing the old ones, and it's not really stopping them from making new and pretty mounts. Maybe he just wants some sushi. Should record him overnight to catch him in the act. I did record them for a while. How are you not fatigued while flying? Apparently you don't get fatigued while taking that shortcut. I was very surprised. I only started doing that recently. Adam, I have bad news. Do not get snails. They multiply like crazy. So I did do some research on that. Mystery snails will multiply. They are not hermaphroditic. There is a male and a female type of mystery snail. I'm 65% sure that I have 2 males, but even if I do have a male and a female and they decide that they do want to lay eggs, they'll lay eggs in like a big, like several inch long clump, and it takes them like 3 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks to hatch. You're going to notice the eggs before they hatch, so you can just scoop it out, throw it out, and no baby snails. Willie Birkin, thank you very much for becoming a sponsor. Welcome to the Squirrel Squad. I hope that you enjoyed the stream. But yeah, so yeah, mystery snails, not too much of a concern. You can breed them if you want to, but then you're going to end up with like 80 snails, and what do you do with 80 snails? But there are definitely a lot of types of like pond snails and other like invasive snails that can end up in fish tanks that do breed like crazy. And then you get assassin snails. We need a snail cam. I don't know how much the snails are going to be out and about during the time of day that I stream. If I ever did like a late night PvP stream, like a late night one, then you would probably see more of the snails. They seem to be very active at night. I do have some video of them that I could use. How did you meet your husband? I met him on an online dating website. Still remember when I got my Ashes of Valar, I screamed so loud that I hurt my throat and completed my Blood Elf transmog so perfectly. Do you have an Instagram? Yeah, I do. Instagram/HazelnuttyLife. It should be linked somewhere. Yeah, Hazelnuttylife is the tag for it. It is a pretty good mix of pictures of my cat, pictures of my plants, pictures of my fish, and some pictures of me. You know, all of the above. Sad the mobile auction house is going. I sympathize. I don't relate. I never used it. I tried once and it was very slow, and then I never tried again. There will always be something special about riding Ashes to the Onyxian Drake, no matter how outdated they seem. I kind of feel that way about the Swift Spectral Tiger. Like, there's something, to me at least, actually, a little bit endearing about how, there's something a little bit endearing about how almost dated it starts to look, because, like, that's a very, in my opinion, classic look for expensive mount. Like, it's an old model. When you think of, like, 2005 WoW, you know, baller 2005 WoW mounts, to me, that's what I think of. And I think that the datedness of the model actually adds to that kind of, it's a vintage feel, you know? Be a lot of nuts. Be French and eat them. I'm not gonna eat my snails. I've been very much enjoying figuring out what to feed them. Because they'll eat most things, and I think my next plan, so they had zucchini overnight. There's still a little bit of zucchini left in there if they want any more of it. But tonight, I think I'm going to try a blanched spinach leaf. And then you can also try things like romaine, strawberries, all sorts of good stuff. I will say, though, about snails, so the lady told me they would keep my tank clean. Barefaced lie. Maybe they keep her tank clean, and they do eat algae, but they're kind of lazy about it. They would rather just eat food. And I don't really have algae in my tank because very little natural light gets to it, and I've never had algae in my tank. And then they poop a lot, like excessively. I've ordered a turkey baster to be specifically the aquarium baster, so I can like spot clean it a little bit, because it's a 5-gallon tank, and I don't want to stress out the bio load with like mountains of snail poop. They're basically like, they're cute, especially when they get all their tentacles out and whatnot, but they're basically a tiny little mouth and then like a butt on a shell. Like they're just tiny little butts. Snail races, you can have one named Zoom. I named my snails in continuing my Soul Dynasty pattern. It's not really mean, but it's a little, I don't know. So I named them after some of the benched players. The black one is Zephyr, and then the golden one is Guido. Not shame on either of those two players. They're both better at Overwatch than I will ever be at anything. But I just enjoyed that. I get a kick out of it. How's the runs going? We're getting through them. I managed to stay in all of these so far without actually hurting out of them. Just abort the snails. I mean, I could let them hatch and then find a fish to feed them to. I've been trying to think about, and if any of you have experience with, like, freshwater aquariums that have any advice for me, I've been trying to think about what I'm going to do with the snails if, alright, so that's no Alara, like 37 times. If Fleta bullies them too much and they, like, stop wanting to eat and they're just not okay anymore and I need to get them into a different tank, what else do I do? Like, there's a couple of options I've been kind of rolling over. I could do a small, like, on my kitchen counter kind of thing, tank with just the snails and then, like, some cherry shrimp. Cherry shrimp, like, that would work. It'd be fine. There'd be no fish in it, but fish in a small aquarium's a little bit tough anyways. But the problem is that I don't really like shrimp. I like to eat shrimp, but tiny aquarium shrimp, honestly, they look like bugs to me. They kind of weird me out. I'm already slightly grossed out by the snails and how much they poop. I feel like the cherry shrimp would be, they're not cute like the fish are, or like this cat. And maybe they would grow on me, but they also multiply a lot, and then you have like a whole bunch of tiny shrimp, and it just kind of weirds me out. So I could do a bigger tank if I've got fish tank syndrome, but I could do a bigger one, and then like a 10-gallon, get the snails in there, do freshwater, and then try and figure out what freshwater fish I want for a 10-gallon. And there's like a lot of options there, and they're all really scary, and I don't know. If you're using loose leaf teas, check your Asian market for a tea ball. It's basically a reusable tea bag. What I really like, actually, is this teapot here. And full plug alert, there's an affiliate link for it on my Amazon recommendations shop, amazon.shop/Hazelnuttygames. But what this teapot does is it has a big filter basket in it. So, and it fits perfectly, and it actually fits like mugs and other things too, so you can brew tea outside of it. But it's got a lot of space so that when you've got the hot water in there, the leaves have room to open and steep properly. Tea balls are good, especially if you're traveling, but typically, especially if you're drinking like an oolong tea, like a full leaf rolled tea, they're too small to let tea leaves fully expand, and from what I've heard, it's bad for the flavor. I don't really know exactly why. I've gone the wrong way, but it's fine. We can get there from here. But yeah, this comes with a filter that's really good. One Mr. Snail in a 10-gallon with a betta and a pleco. Snails had a lot of babies. Didn't see any egg sacs. Yeah. I would be tempted to try it with another betta, but it would be really mean after them being pushed around a little bit by one betta to just get them another one. So I would want fish that I know for a fact don't bully snails. When you get a cat, you kind of have to take lots of pictures of them. It's almost mandatory. Man. Bought my favorite mount back in Canada for 100k gold. Amani Dragonhawk. Oh man, I have that one as well. I think around the same time I bought mine like Warlords for around the same price. But there's a member of a community here, I don't know if he's here right now, but he's in a Discord that really wanted that mount and finally bought one, but because it was recently, the price was a lot higher. I think he said it was like, he paid about 8 mil gold for it. A lot of gold. He needs to re-release the WoW TCG mounts for Classic WoW, they would sell. Good luck with the mount runs. Cucumbers. I may try and feed the snails cucumbers. They seem to like zucchini so much. I think zucchini's got slightly better nutritional content, but I also want to vary what they're eating to make sure that I'm meeting the nutritional requirements of my snails. Would that make giant African land snails giant African land butts? I've seen those on like YouTube videos. I don't know if I would ever get one. They're big, but kind of. I don't know much about the differences between aquatic and terrestrial, like land snails. I don't really know. Hi Hazel, your bed is so cute. I have a reef tank with some corals and a pair of clownfish. And I love watching saltwater aquariums. I'm such an aquarium beginner that I wouldn't even think of trying to keep a saltwater one. But they're so cool to watch. Hi Scargo. Hello from Saskatoon. Do you have a Lonnie yet? Yes. I farmed for it for a very long time and didn't get very far. And then Skaterbun, if he's still here, actually had pity on me and got me one, basically. It was awesome. How do you make tea without a tea bag? I rarely drink tea besides tea bags, so just curious. No worries. So basically what you do is you get loose leaf tea. It's basically like a pile of small dried leaves. And you put those in a thing. So sometimes people use a tea ball. Sometimes you have a filter. It's basically like a basket that goes in the pot to stop the leaves from getting to the rest of the pot or like pouring out. And then you add your hot water just like you would with a tea bag and steep it for a while and you take it out. The key is just having like some kind of a strainer or a basket. Some people will just put the leaves like loose in the pot, but they're a little harder to clean out that way. I really like the way this teapot does it. Horde is red, Lines is blue, Khadgar's a true enemy, what's his loot? Yo, Khadgar probably has some good stuff. You know, if any lore characters are carrying around good stuff, it would be Khadgar. Wouldn't recommend a Pleco, they grow huge. Yeah, so I was looking at fish that I could potentially keep in like a 10-gallon. Because supposedly, I was looking at like, if I got another 5-gallon, apparently the only thing that's really okay to keep in those, that's like okay, is like another betta, and that runs me into the same problem. So if I'm doing a small tank, it's just like a shrimp and snails, and that's kind of boring. If I move up to a 10-gallon, then you can get stuff like, I could get like 6 neon tetras, I could do rasboras, I might be able to do a couple of platies. I don't really know. They all look like fish to me. I need to do more research about what they need and how they'll all get along and like how many I can keep. Because it would be cute to have a couple of different types of fish. I love like the little catfish that go along, but in that size of tank I could have like 6 of those and nothing else. What was the other one that I was looking at? Barbs. There's like cherry barbs, tiger barbs. I think I rolled those out because I don't remember why I rolled those out, but I think I read somewhere that they were a bad idea. Make a feeder tank for your fish, or a shrimp freak you make a snail tank. It's got a 350-liter tank with fish, snails, live plants, and a turtle. That's the other thing, is if I did another tank, I'd want to try planting it. I want to try experimenting with live plants. It's just the more things you add, the harder it gets. I kind of wish that I just stuck with my betta in a tank because he was fine. If only I could figure out how to get him to stop biting his tail. It's the only problem. Everything else is perfect. Because, you know, you get the plants, and then the plants need CO2, and the plants need, like, root tabs, and you gotta make sure that the root tabs don't have, like, copper, because that's gonna upset your snails, and you've got a whole delicate ecosystem, and apparently it's very easy to break something. Alright, give me a raptor, please. Understandable, have a nice day. You got your vitreous stone drake earlier today? Grats! You got your Betty yesterday. The male is very beautiful. They're all named after WoW dragons. The male is called Deathwing. Nice, nice. Nice. I'm hoping that if you have multiple bettas, that you have like enough room for them. Even if you just have like one male and a couple of females, I think there can be some issues there. Something to keep an eye on. I'm not very experienced though. Plecos are amazing. They're my favorite kind of fish. My little buddy isn't so little. There's betta to betta. I've heard that too. Some of them are going to be really chill. Mine's not. I mean, he's kind of chill. He doesn't stalk them all the time. He just tries to steal their food and then spits it out. And I've seen him kind of eyeballing their antennae. And, you know, after they get an antennae trim a couple of times, they'll probably learn to keep them in. It's just, it's not, I don't know. I didn't expect to like the snails as much as I did. I kind of got them because I figured they would keep my fish happy. And they are keeping my fish happy, but now I'm worried about the snails. Alright, so I'm going to try some ICC runs. I'm going to do a couple of them, like 1 or 2. Probably not all of them. So I'm going to head back to... I'll hurt to Storm for now. I'm going to start a different character because this one's kind of out of teleports. Kitty, you're standing in front of my chat and I can't really see. I guess you guys are getting some cat cheek on the camera. You could try guppies. They come in different colors. So I looked into guppies. And because they're live bearers, you end up with like guppy fry. And I wouldn't know what to do with all the extra baby guppies, and I probably wouldn't have the heart to, like, feed them to something. And I definitely don't have the time to try and sell them to other people that want guppies. So I want to stay away from live bearers for that reason. I need a fish that's not going to breed unless I try to make it breed, which rolls out a couple of fish. You need 1 inch of fish, gallon of water, minus decor. I've read that, and that's true for some types of fish, but in smaller types of aquariums, it's a little bit, it's not always true. It's mostly true. It's not always true. Like, for example, some fish will fit that rule, but you can't just keep like a couple of them. Like a lot of schooling fish you need to have in bigger groups, otherwise they're just not very happy without a school to school with. Planet tanks are more expensive and harder than my reef tank. There's gotta be easy plants, right? There's gotta be easy ones. I've heard that Anubias, you just like tie them to a piece of driftwood and they'll just kind of do their thing, but I don't know if that's true. So my lockout is on this character, and I'm gonna do it on my other one. Listen, kitty. She loves tin reds. This, if you ever, I don't think you will, but if you ever meet my cat, this is exactly her favorite type of scratch. She used to have acne. She used to have feline acne in the bottom of her chin, so she had like really itchy acne down there. Her acne's totally cleared up now. There's nothing there anymore, but she continues to love She'll let you do this for as long as you want to. She'll start like leaning her head onto your finger. She's kind of like resting her head on my hand now. Yeah. Oh, that's good stuff. She's got a really cute face on that you can't really see because she's like pointing it this way. Kitty, I need this hand. I need it. I'm stuck now. Do you have Tylos Protodrake? And if not, do you ever plan on farming it? I do not have it, and I do not plan on farming it. So many guppies. How many times have you done ICC? Million times a charm. I have not done it that much. I'm kind of recent to farming. I think when I kill it, Rarity will tell me what's up. I'm returning those onions. I need to take them off the mailing list. I don't know how they got on there. Okay, so I am making my group. It is going to be a private group, so you can't join. Just for me to share my lockout with my alts, and there we go. And this is going to be set to normal 25. I'm going to get on my other priest. Wouldn't recommend guppies if you don't feed the betta every day. No, if I'm talking about fish for a non-betta tank. I'm not putting anything else in with my betta. Like, if I do another tank, it's to take the snails out to rescue them from the betta, and then the betta lives alone forever because he's a big bully. He's just doing what bettas do best, but he is a feisty, kind of mean dude. I wouldn't put anything else with him. I considered like a narrate snail, like a smaller one with less long tentacles, but I don't know if I would even go that far. Moss is easy. Put like 5 guppies in my tank. 2 months later, I had nearly 100. I still freak out thinking about it. Yeah, I'm kind of concerned about that. What infuser do you use for loose tea? I could do with one for work instead of using horrible PG tips work provide. I mostly use the one that came with this pot. This pot is a 4-life teapot. It's on my Amazon page. It's awesome. They carry smaller ones in this if you want like a desk size one, although this is a good desk size. And then the infuser that comes with it, I also use with just cups, but it fits perfectly in the pot. Longer fin guppies get invincible. My cat licks that too in the chin. What am I doing? I'm trying to join my own group. Custom, find my group. Oh no, I forgot auto accept. One of you probably told me, didn't you? Chin scritches, that's my cat's favorite too. Find the fish. I like to look up research if they work for my setup. Yeah, I've spent, to be quite honest with you, way too much time reading about fish. I think I'm just trying to avoid other things that are stressing me out by focusing on the fish problem, which isn't even really a problem. And it's just something I need to stop doing. It's not okay. I need to make some videos. I was so stressed about that one not working out. I need to start it over again. I need to start over. It won't. I can probably get it done today. What a sweet cat. Thank you. Anubias, Java Fern, basic lighting, plant food. That's about it. How does plant food affect, like, I mean, I'm sure I've seen people doing it all the time. There we go. We're going to invite. We're also going to put it on auto accept for next time. Can I put this on auto accept? Please? That'd be cool. There we go. Just for next time. Wish my cat was that friendly. It's when he wants to be pet or touched. Yeah, she gets like that sometimes, but for the most part, she's such a chill baby. We're so lucky to have gotten such a friendly cat. You can just kind of pick her up, put her somewhere, pet her, scratch her. If she's like loafed up on a soft surface like a couch, sometimes you can just like gently push her over and then she'll like look at you and then just like lay down because she's already over. She loves laundry. If you are folding laundry, she is there, she is swapping your socks, and she is like falling asleep on your lap while you fold laundry. It's her favorite. Seeing your fish makes you want to go buy one. In the event that you decide to do that, please do some, like, by all means, get fish. They're awesome. And they're super fun. But do your research to make sure that you're supplying its needs correctly and getting the right size tank. Making sure your tank is cycled. Very boring. Very important. A lot of fish have died by being put into uncycled tanks. It's basically the process of cultivating the bacteria that are needed to convert the waste of your fish into non-toxic things that they can live with so that your fish don't poison themselves in their tank. Alright, so we're heading to ICC, so my fastest way is going to be, just run from, we're already in Dalaran. But yeah, bettas are like a basic betta setup, not that expensive, just takes a little bit of work. But they can do very well in a 5-gallon tank like I've got there. You farmed ICC every week for 2 years and 6+ characters. I finally got Invincible to drop and I went with my fiance to help him get some transmog. You just needed your luck charm. Bettas have 64 gallons. That should be enough. Females are named Alexstrasza and Taragosa. The male is a huge bully. Well, good luck with your fish. They sound awesome. That is a good amount of space. Do you have anything else with them or is it just the bettas in there? I know some people have bettas in community tanks. There's actually a local fish store that I went to that had, what did they have? So they had a bet, like, they were selling bettas, but they were also selling other fish, and they just had one betta in every tank of, like, their other fish. And I was curious about how that works out long term, but I guess they don't live there long term. But they seemed fine, you know, in the store. Alright, so we're gonna take the Veil route. You had to do ICC 15 times. What's the purpose of sharing raid lockouts here? This allows me to not have to kill all the bosses up to the Lich King. When I finally get to the raid, and this is going to be a lot quicker on future characters that I actually have parked outside of the raid. When I get there, I'm going to be able to just go to the Lich King and kill him, and continue to use this lockout in all of my ults. I don't have to clear the raid over and over and over again. Got invincible after 19 attempts. Boil him, mash him, stick him in a stew. Stick who in a stew? Who are we sticking in a stew? Plant food helps the plants get extra nutrients. Helps them grow, get vibrant green. Yeah, as long as it doesn't have any copper in it to bother the invertebrates. If you have any snails or like, well, snails that you care about. I know some people have invasive snails. 41 attempts for invincible will drop eventually. My cat is addicted to sniffing plastic bags. She cannot get enough of them. Sometimes, if it's a really good plastic bag, she licks them like a taste test. That's amazing. I mean, that's amazing. I'm assuming that you're allowing your cat supervised access to plastic bags. She's probably not dumb enough to, like, get stuck in it and die. You never know. But that sounds so cute. Cats are so weird. I love how weird cats are. They have so much, or at least, I mean, some of them probably have more so than others, but, oh man, I love my cat. Woo. First time live watching. Greetings from Vienna, Austria. Welcome to the stream, Athro. Ugh. Rather pet stores keep bettas in separate tanks with the other fishes than the tiny cups. Yeah, absolutely. Definitely was a good moment getting my betta out of the cup. How are the runs going? Hey, Butterfrog, we're doing okay. We're doing all right. We're gonna do a couple of ICC runs before I go. I'm starting to get really hungry, but I'm doing that thing where, like, I'm always reluctant to eat after going to the dentist. I know that it's not like I'm gonna just not eat until the next time I go to the dentist to keep my teeth clean. That's not a thing that I do, but I'm always a little bit reluctant to eat, like, for the first time after cleaning them. It's been a few hours. I'm totally fine to eat now, but cats are both obsessed with licking plastic. The sound of it drives me insane. Oh, I didn't even think of that. Man. Yeah, ours definitely does not lick plastic. That's so weird. Food, travel vlogs, and fish keeping is my YouTube life. If you get another tank to rescue the snails, he can be occupied with his neighbors. Bettas can do fine in community tanks of other fish. He can be occupied with his neighbors. What do you mean by that? You mean like having the tank side by side? I'm curious. Yeah, I haven't gotten into the food side of YouTube, but I've definitely watched a lot of fish YouTube in the last, like, 3 weeks. It's been a little bit silly. Okay, so I am leader. We are on normal. Hang on. Raid normal, 25. Zone in, switch it to Heroic. I don't know why it is this way, but it is. Joker, what's up, bud? How did I watch for 3 hours? I don't know. I don't think we've streamed for 3 hours. Unless you're talking about fish videos on YouTube. So, and now we go, Heroic. Hi, Hazel. After the already revealed ones. Hang on. Hang on. This isn't right. This isn't right. I may have messed up my lockout. Do I not have a lockout? I could have sworn I had extended it. Hang on. Let me check my other character. After the already revealed ones, what do you think will be the next pair of allied races? I think they'll be good for a while. I think they're probably going to switch their focus to creating more types of content. I think that right now they've added a solid amount of additional cosmetic options for people to play as, and they're probably going to chill for, like, an expansion. That's my guess. My guess is that the currently announced races are the ones that we're going to get until next expansion. Neighborfish side by side. Did keep it beta in a community and he was fine. Yeah, some beta, like, I think it depends on the personality of the beta. I think a lot of them would be fine. I don't think mine would be. Also, if I had another tank, just based on the way that my apartment is set up, it would probably be in a different room. It would probably be in the kitchen. Like, I have a counter that I can keep it on there. It's kind of like between the kitchen and the living room. So I think I may have broken my lockout. I don't know exactly what I did, but I think I may have ruined it. Forgot to extend the lockout. I could have, like, yesterday, I specifically checked and it said extended. Logout only carries over one reset unless you kill something. Oh. Oh, okay. How do you get, what do you, what do you mean? Okay. Well, that would explain what happened then. So do I have to then, do I just have to recreate the lockout every 2 weeks? Is that it? Kind of casual level. Would you ever consider getting a rabbit? Probably not. Although I say that now, I could very well end up being a crazy pet lady one day. But I had a roommate with a rabbit before, and it didn't look like something I was cut out to personally take care of. Raid info. Yeah, RIP. RIP. Expired. Reactivate raid lock? Does that work? Let's try that. Question mark. So, hang on. I'm gonna... Do I need to start the group over again? I'm in uncharted territory here. I don't, like... Because if I log over my other priest, I'm gonna be in there. I need to leave. Maybe if I just leave and re-enter, maybe that'll do it. Where do you buy your tea? Depends on what kind of tea. Typically between yunansourcing.com for like authentic straight Chinese teas, the unflavored stuff. For flavored teas like Earl Grey or whatnot, that kind of thing, I usually go through Harney or Stash. All the races, especially for BFA, there will definitely be more throughout the expansion. Maybe. Did you see my message about the Zookeeper enchant? I did not. How was the dentist? Just a cleaning? Something else? It was just a cleaning. And it went good. Went fine. Nothing wrong. Which is nice. It wasn't even as upsettingly painful as it normally is. So I think good dentist. I scheduled my next one for a little earlier. I think I'm gonna pay out of pocket for more often than 6 months to try and keep my gums under control. So raid difficulty normal, 25. So what happens if I enter now, or do I need to freshly join the group again? I don't know how any of this works. It's a good thing for me to find this out though. No, it should be asking me. So let me leave and try this again. It may be just doomed, but this is something I want to figure out how to troubleshoot so that I can include that information in the video that I'm planning to do to explain how to do this. 14 hours to get to 120 if you just kind of casually level. That sounds about right, honestly, for a new expansion. Do you think I should play Void Elf or Lightforged Adreni? Yes, I think you should play one of those two things. Have you ever had an encounter with the GM? Once or twice, I think, in my... What? How long have I been playing WoW? Have I been playing WoW for 10 years? No. 2008. I have been playing WoW for 10 years. Wow, okay. Yeah, once or twice in my 10 years. Typically just to help me. Like, actually, back before item restoration was a thing, fairly often. Mostly not like live chats, but just them helping me get something back that I accidentally disenchanted. I like to think that they added the item restoration feature just for me because I was constantly disenchanting my raid gear by accident. It was real bad for that. And then, yeah, I don't remember anything. Like, they were always very friendly. Some of them were funny. Drinking a lot of black tea. What other types of tea do you recommend? If you like a lot of black tea, I would say try, if you can get your hands on some, if you can get your hands on some pu'er tea. If you can get your hands on some ripe or shou, S-H-O-U, pu'er tea. You're not going to find one at most tea places, and you don't really want like a super cheap one, but like a mid-range, like, I need to see if Tao of Tea has one that I can add to my Amazon list to recommend to people, because they sell a really nice starter one. But if you can get yourself a nice pu'er, they're soothing for the digestion, they're really satisfying and rich to drink, and they're closer in flavor, intensity to black teas and the other teas. Some people find drinking like green and oolong teas to be a little bit too delicate for their tastes. All right, delist, start, private, fluggler, auto. Let's try this one more time and see if this works. It might be just doomed. I'm getting really hungry. Got a cucumber melon tea. It's very refreshing. That does sound good. Have you ever been reported for anything? Not that I know of. I try to be nice. I try very hard not to break any rules. That's kind of like one of my imperatives in life, is to not break rules. It's not a very dashing or noble imperative, but it gets me by. What am I doing? I'm getting back on this character. Congrats on the easy dentist. Got braces a month ago and still can't eat. Maybe this is just how old I've been there. I went through braces. I had braces all through my teenage years. I had my teeth. My teeth were everywhere. My teeth, I don't have pictures anymore. I've purposely made sure of that, but they were really bad. And they moved very far to get to where they are now. And it's a very painful process and it takes a long time, but you'll be so glad to have it done. All right, so I'm going to join that group. No, not my, no. Sorry, I'm getting hangry. This one. Transmog the Tabard. My pet brawler Tabard? It's got a BFA beta key. Grats! ICC Lockout Guide, I can never get it. As soon as I've figured this out. So I need to wait now for this character to be leader. You peppermint tea every day? I like peppermint tea after like a meal. Darjeeling? I don't think I've tried the right Darjeeling yet. I've only had one. I did not like it very much. The only thing you've ever been able to stomach is a caffeinated vanilla Earl Grey. Can you recommend another caffeinated tea that might be similar? So, all tea that is tea and not like an herbal or whatever is going to be caffeinated to some degree. If you're looking for something with a similar caffeine content, you want to stick with black teas typically. And then if you liked a vanilla Earl Grey, you're probably going to like more of like the flavored styles of tea similar to that. So you're looking, I would go to harney.com. I would go to the flavored black tea section and see if anything sounds good to you. They had one, they got a couple. Actually, you know what there is? There's a tea at Harney. They don't pay me. They should. There's a tea at Harney called Paris. I think you'll like that. It's a black tea. It's got a lot of caffeine. It's got a lot of really nice flavor. And I think it's not exactly Earl Grey, but I think it'll appeal to you. Speaking of things that people do pay me for, before I forget or end the stream, I need to make sure that I tell you guys very quickly about our sponsor for this month, Dollar Shave Club, where for $5 you can get a starter kit, including razor, 4 cartridges, body wash, shave butter, and some wipes. And that offer is at dollarshaveclub.com/hazelnutty. And I would show you the stuff, but it's in my shower because I use it because it's decent products. So I need to, I'm probably going to have to like start using, what do you call them? Like just the pictures, the product pictures to talk about it in the vlogs for the next 2 of them, because I have 2 more videos to do for them. I'm going to have to use pictures instead of the actual products for some of them because they're going to be empty and used because I've been using them because they're awesome. What's up with the fish tank? What do you mean what's up with it? There's a fish in there. That is my betta fish. His name is Fleta. There are also 2 snails. You can kind of see, so on the pagoda that's on the left, you can kind of see a little bit of like a yellow thing right underneath the bottom roof. That is Guido. Guido is a mystery snail. There's also a black mystery snail in there somewhere called Zephyr. He's hiding. I don't see him right now. The little green thing that's underneath the bridge, kind of like towards the front of the tank, is that is zucchini that they were eating last night. Do they ship to Denmark? Dollar Shave Club does not. Dollar Shave Club ships to Canada, US, Australia, and the UK. I don't know where Harney ships. I think Harney ships mostly domestically. It's a little bit, it's hard to get stuff shipped when you're not in America. That's one of the things that is actually most convenient about having immigrated here that I didn't really expect to be so overwhelmed with how convenient it is, but like, especially from Blizzard gear. If you don't live in America, yes, I think I fixed it. If you don't live in America and you've ever tried to get something shipped from Blizzard gear outside of America, it's awful. Like, the shipping's really expensive, and after it gets to you, you get hit with a customs bill because that's not rolled in for some reason. I experienced that when I bought my first WoW plushie while I was in Canada, and I ended up having to trek out by bus, because I don't drive, to a FedEx facility in like a weird shipping district of Victoria at night by myself to rescue my poor, where am I going? Upper Spire. To rescue my Wind Rider Cub plushie. It was a dashing journey, but it was, and then later I got like a $12 bill in the mail. It wasn't that expensive because it's just Canada, but it's really, like, if you guys are in Europe, you're trying to buy Blizzard gear stuff, they really need to set up something over there. It's very unfair. Butt wipes, yes. For $5. In addition to all of those other things, you will also get a couple of sample butt wipes. dollarshaveclub.com/hazelnutty. Tips for the 60 to 80 gap in leveling. Try archaeology. It's not really going to be faster, but it's different, and it was reasonably fast. Try archaeology. You might like it. I ICC hates me. Hope you get the mount. Been doing it for 3 years. Good luck on getting the mount. I appreciate the luck. I think now that I figured out the lockout thing, I think I can probably do this character and then like 1 or 2 more. I'm so hungry though. I don't even know what I'm gonna make for lunch. I'm not supposed to have anything too crunchy. I could make like mac and cheese. I could do like ramen. Oh, I have some spicy ramen I might make. Do you know what level you have to be to start the Legion campaign? 98 or 99? I don't actually know. I think you can do it at 98. I've heard that. I don't know if it's true, but I think you can start at 98. Maybe somebody in chat will know. Canadian 2. Sometimes stuff I buy from the States will get hit with duty and customs, and the same stuff later won't. Yeah. It's frustrating. It's almost too easy to shop online here. Shipping is often free, sometimes cheap, usually pretty fast, and it makes it easy to spend more money than you want to spend just buying stuff online. Hazel fan of Bud Wipes confirmed. I mean, I am being sponsored to sell them to you. You can wipe whatever you want with them, man. I'm not gonna judge. You got a clutch a GQ and Lucid Nightmare and a Ravenlord in the same day? Use my luck. I would love to. Let me just take a little bit of that and show it to this nice man over here and see if he will help. Give me a pony. Okay, RFX 98. Oh, cool. The exact same thing. My now husband sent me a Christmas gift. Hours in the snow going to the industrial area of town. Had to pay $75 to get my own present. Wow. I think I actually had to pay to pick it up too. I think I remember having to pay the FedEx people. Do I remember that? It was a while ago. But yeah, it's much easier to get Blizzard Gear stuff here. Oh man, 98, log out, back in, start the quest. Hazel should have... What is that? I don't even know how to say that. I would say Gazpacho, but I don't know if that's right. Happy that the wipe jokes keeps happening, makes me giggle. You got 2 more weeks of wipe jokes. We're doing one month of the Shape Club sponsorship. Anyone answer my question about the Zookeeper in chat? I haven't seen. I keep seeing you talk about your question about the Zookeeper in chat. I have yet to see your question. I don't know. I would love to answer it if I can find out what you want to know. Main Pony Inc. Why did the Scarecrow win the award? Because he was best in his field. What do you call a magic owl? Ooh. I don't get the owl one. I was promised a pony. You and your fans are so nice. I love it. I really appreciate how sweet you guys are. It's very easy to be kind of afraid of the general public of the internet because, to be honest, you know, me and everybody else who's been online has gotten some disturbing emails. But you guys are just so friendly and sweet and, like, willing to sit here and listen to me talk about my snails. It's very touching. What's in the pot? Genmaicha. Genmaicha. I've got some tea here. It's a Japanese green tea. It's pretty cheap, very grassy, fresh flavored, and it actually includes rice kernels, like toasted rice kernels, to give it kind of like a nutty, ricey flavor. It's nice. Hey girl, what's up? Shadow Dragon HS? Hearthstone? Wish you could buy Blizzard stuff. I live in Sweden. They have such high taxes. From what I hear, if you really want the stuff, your best bet if you're in Europe is to, if possible, find other people that also want to do something and then pool up on an order so you can at least ship like split the shipping fee. You can save some amount of money by doing it that way. We're looking not good for a invincible from this particular round. Gonna hurt that here. We'll try 1 or 2 more characters. Like the other characters that now that I figured out the lockout thing, I'm so glad I was able to actually preserve that lockout. That's nice to know that even after it's expired, you can then go and press the button and extend it again. That's nice. I appreciate that. That is a useful tidbit to put into the video. So that we leave here, we log out, we switch to another character, probably my, who's next, my hunter? My druid? Probably my druid. She's already in Ice Grind, so I'm just gonna have to wait for the lead to pass over, which isn't very long. The first 4 bosses of Heroic and Taurus thinking I'd miss that raid? Definitely don't. What's up, Flabby? How you been doing? You're level 108, not getting any pet bag drops. Is it 110 only? Been logged on for over an hour, killing lots. No, it's not 110 only. I don't think. I can't verify that. I'm 85% sure that it is not 110 only. It is time gated though. So I know you said that you haven't had any, but if there's any chance that you had one and that you missed it, you're not going to get another one for like an hour, no matter how many things you kill. But there's a chance that it's just 110. I actually don't know. My assumption was that you can put it on your alt's shoulders while you level, but I don't remember if I ever had any drop. Watch Taylor Nicole Dean. She has some good meta videos. I've seen quite a few of her videos, actually. Just like recently in the last week. I enjoy her sense of humor. I find her really funny. What am I doing? Pre-made. Fine. There we go. And then wait for the lead to take over. Finally caught a stream. Hi, Hazel. Welcome to X Bloodlust. How are you doing? Me friendly? No way. But you make muffins and you share them with your mom. Hi from the Netherlands. Cost so much to ship a package from the US. Made me miss the nightmare whelp I really wanted. Too expensive. I'm sorry. That sucks. It especially sucks when you have this situation like you mentioned of when you have the situation of gear stuff being being made unavailable. I think I need to actually just buy myself the Azure, like the one whelp that I'm missing. I don't have that. Well, not the one, but I don't have an Azure whelp. It's the only standard one that I just don't have. And I think I need to just buy it because you never know when something is going to go off the store and never come back. Like the wall hangs that I have in the back did that. You know, a lot of the plushes, a lot of stuff on gear in general seems to be very iffy about sometimes it comes down and sometimes it comes back. Sometimes it doesn't come back. We really don't know. So now that I'm in here, we're going to be raid difficulty heroic. Heroic 25. I just listen to you talk while I play, currently leveling a Void Elf. That's a perfectly good way to do it. I think the show works reasonably well as a podcast. Snail Talk makes testing app changes more pleasant. I did laugh when you explained why you named them as you did. I'm glad that somebody else appreciates that. I'm really not trying to be mean. I also really hope that they make it. Or that they do well in that tank, because I don't... Like, as much as I would love to have a bajillion fish tanks, I'm trying to not get more because, moving with fish tanks, stressful on your fish. You've got a high chance of losing fish, and it's just a annoying and sucky thing to have to do on top of everything else that's annoying and sucky about moving. So, that's why I'm trying to avoid getting more. But yeah. I don't know. Maybe I'll find a fish that would just work really well in, like, a 10-gallon on my kitchen counter that would do really nicely with the snails, and I'll just end up with that. Does the bag just go straight in your backpack, though? Is it a looted item? It is a looted item. If you're auto-looting, sometimes you can miss it. So it's worth checking your bags. It's worth just opening it up and doing a search for a pile of pet goodies. Just to see. Best way of getting into a solid heroic guild? Unlock your Nightborn, rolling a locked main. The best way that I've found in the past, and granted I've only ever joined normal guilds like this, but I'm assuming the principle is the same, is pug. Pug a lot, because guilds that are pugging people are likely to be recruiting. Pug and try to make a very good first impression while at the same time scoping out if the guild that you're pugging into is people that you fit with. And then if it seems like a good fit, mention to them that you're looking for something and have somebody add you to be available next time they need a pug. And after a couple of raids like that, you might be able to find a guild, like a spot with a guild, assuming that you find one you like that way. I'm sure it is difficult and frustrating and that your odds aren't good, kind of like online dating that way, but that's the best way that I know of to do it. You got me. I'm a giant teddy bear. I love everyone. Hate farming for this mount. Still don't have it. I like farming for this mount a heck of a lot more now that I've realized that I don't have to do the entire raid every time I want to do it. It's great. Also, I should probably be a moonkin. So I can... Let's try not to get knocked off the platform today. Was it... I think it was this character that I accidentally... It might have been my rogue. I definitely got knocked off in one of them. Hang on. Are we good? Are you done? Are you gonna chat now? Time for some chit chat. I wonder if I could get through the rest of my character. They're all parked outside the raid. It wouldn't take me very long. I'm so hungry. Woo! It would be worth it if we got. See, the problem though is that I don't do this is the only time I do mat runs on stream, and I'm obviously gonna finish running all my 110s through this raid because I have my lockout, and I'm not gonna lose out on chances of invincible. How much would it suck if I got it off stream? I have to do them all on stream. I have to. Maybe I'll just get a cracker or something. Baking a cheesecake while I listen to the stream? Oh, jealous. Hazel got the tunic. Sad I missed it. The tunic. A tunic. Tunic? Been getting pet charms recently. Still not sure what they're for. So you can take the pet charms to the pet shop in Dalaran. When you first walk into Dalaran from the flight area, hang a right and you'll be in the pet shop. There are some vendors in there. They will sell you items that you can use to upgrade your pet. So if you have not yet leveled any pets to 25, 45 charms will buy you an ultimate battle training stone that can instantly boost a pet to 25 to get started with pet battles. You can also buy some pets for charms. You can buy cosmetic stuff like costumes and shining kits, but for the most part, you're going to be buying quality upgrade stones, level upgrade stones, and then pets like the Alarma Bot are available on vendors in there. There's also some toys. You've got pet mirrors and whatnot. Basically what they're for. If it drops, I'll die. Please don't die. He's such a talky man. He has a lot to say. How did you get to the last boss when you killed it with your priest? I thought that the lock for this raid kinda tricks. You can share lockouts for this raid. There is a way to do it. It involves creating a group for your alt, accepting your own lockout. Like this here is my bank alt. She's the one holding the lockout. You can extend that lockout week to week. There's a point in it where you flip it from normal to heroic and back. I'm gonna put together a video sometime soon. Shut up and drop him out. Good luck on Invincible. Took me nearly 7 years to get it. Got it last week. Never give up. Finally in time for one of these. How's it going? Welcome. Yeah, this is definitely way later than the normal time that I do Mount Run streams. I'd say that we're almost done. I'm really hungry. I need to start having lunch so that I can finish lunch and get to the Patreon stuff. But I also want to finish all my Invincible runs on stream. So I'm considering finding something that I can eat while I do this so that I don't start yelling at you guys because I'm hungry. What do we do with nuts? Not a lot. You can flip them with ! flip nut. If I ever do a giveaway, like a pet or something, then you can use it to buy raffle tickets, but it's not very often. Okay. And... Nah, man. Nah. Well, understandable. So we want to leave. We want to, with these characters, they just sit outside the raid. So I just want to get outside, and I don't need to worry about her thing or anything. Any tips on raiding? It's kind of a broad topic, like getting into a guild, getting better at your character, doing more damage, learning fights. There's a bunch of different components to it. Do a video for sharing lockout. Maybe I'll do that this week because honestly, I've been trying to put together beta videos and it's been kind of kicking my butt. So maybe I should just do this. Some people might find it useful. Okay, so we're gonna leave the party in this character. Gonna log over, grab a Snickers. If I had a Snickers, I would probably grab one. I mean, I guess I just went to the dentist. I don't eat a lot of candy, but if I am eating candy, I prefer chocolate that includes nuts and caramel. Who doesn't? Aside from people that are allergic to nuts and or caramel. I want to share my luck with everyone. Grab a snack. Yeah, as soon as I've got my next character in the group. So that was my druid. We're going to get on to, next on the list is like, what, my hunter? You accidentally got invincible. You were clearing for a friend. Changed his mind, so I just killed Lich King and it dropped. Man. 1,000 nuts, you win one of Hazel's fish. I only have one fish. You can't have my fish. That's my buddy in there. He definitely does seem a little bit more calm since adding the snails. Although, maybe he's just... It's really impossible to tell. He won't tell me what he's thinking. Grab something to eat. We'll be here. Oh, man. I probably won't, like, make actual lunch because if I end up having ramen, then nobody needs to see me eat that. Also, it will ruin my lipstick. Pre-made. Find a group. No, I was in custom. That's right. Okay, so while I wait for Lee to pass over, I'm gonna find some crackers or a granola bar or something. Until then, I will make this bigger so you guys can look at my fishy. This monitor. There you go. Hang on. Thanks for waiting. I'm back. I have a very depressing Nutri-Grain bar that I'm going to eat because this is what it's for. I'm trying to shrink down my fish cam, but it's resisting me. There we go. Where would we leave it? Like there? There? Somewhere like that. My pet goodies dragged to my action bar when I get one. It makes me easy to open and jump to the next character. Oh, that's a good idea. Okay, so now I need to make sure that we are on normal 25. Zone in, go to heart. It would be really funny if you didn't have to do this part. I'm just doing it because somebody told me to and it's been working and I've been too afraid to mess with it. I guess I should on at least one character sometime. Maybe like a 100 that wouldn't really be clearing the raid effectively anyways, just to see what happens. And then we go heroic. I think there is a reason for it though. And I also have a cookie that my husband made. He's not normally much of a baker, but he wanted these like oatmeal raisinette cookies, and I like looked up a recipe and decided to try making them, and they're quite good. So I have a oatmeal raisinette cookie and then like some milk. They're very good. They smell like cinnamon. This is nuts. Okay, so this guy is gonna take me Upper Spire. I guess while the Lich King talks, I can eat. You know, that's always kind of nice. Live stream's still on by the end of school. What mount is she hunting? We're trying for Invincible right now. We are doing some Invincible runs. I'm running. I have what, 6 characters is it? I think I have 6 characters a week that I run through Invincible now. It's only been like a week or two. Not counting various other attempts that I've had throughout my life. So I haven't tried all that hard. There we go. Yeah, we're going for Invincible. Can fish see color? Always seems to puff up by that purple flower. I don't know if he can see color, but he definitely can see me. Whenever anybody comes out front of his glass, he is very aware of it, and I mean, maybe not. He kind of just does that. I always assumed that meant that he saw me, but maybe he just always does that. He just likes swimming right there. But he definitely does like showing his fins right in the viewing front of the glass. Some fish like to hide. He has lots of places to hide in there. He does not use them. Husband? Unsub. So many skulls? In ICC, there's quite a few of them. Also, that's unfortunate. How does Flipnut work? So, you'll have a certain amount of them from watching the stream. Exclamation point, Flipnut, space, and then the number of them that you want to gamble. Or I think you can all is also a valid answer, and it's just a 50-50 roll as to whether or not, like a double or nothing 50-50 roll, I think. Stupid question, but bartender, how do you make it so certain bars don't change when respecking? Certain bars don't change while respecking. I don't know. I've never done anything to them. I think I understand the problem that you're having. I don't know how to fix it. Let's watch you eat. I'm sorry. This is my life. Looking looks a little porky these days. Where does he get his snacks? Like, I mean, I guess he's kind of undead in there, so he doesn't really need food, but he gotta be snacking on something. Hazel race change to Panic at abroad in Atlanta. Fishy. Why don't you use your boost in your Life Forge? I don't know. If I boost my Life Force, then what am I gonna level whenever we decide that we want to level on stream? You ever given your hubby a fancy hair color like you do to your own hair? No, he apparently used to have them when he was a teenager, but he has an office job that would probably frown upon him having weird colored hair. So no, I've never done his hair. I've cut his hair before. That went poorly. He like needed a haircut and was like, well, I mean, why don't you give it a go? And then if it's really awful, then I'll just shave it off or like pay somebody to fix it. I was like, all right. I mean, I cut my hair all the time. I've always cut, not always, but for the last like 10 years, I've cut my own hair. Turns out cutting boy hair is harder than cutting girl hair. For me anyways. It looked all right in the front and on the sides. The back was horrendous. The back was atrocious. He had like a valley in his hair. He wore a hat for a while. He puts up with a lot from me. So nice and interactive with your viewers. That's why we're here. I'm planning on making Dark Iron Dwarf or Coltrane Human. I'm probably gonna make like an alt of them. I probably won't play it too much though. There's only so many characters that you can really play in WoW before it's too many. So I want to say that this is not invincible. So let's leave this group. I can say leave it. Let's get out of here. Let's get out of here. It's the state config settings. It's called paging. Okay. Level a Nightborn. Planning on doing Nightborn on EU when I eventually figure out my EU life, which I need to do. There's a lot of WoW that I need to play that I haven't played yet. I haven't done really much of anything on beta since the character wipe, and I really need to get going in there. It's gonna get to a point where they're testing stuff that I can't participate in because I'm not high enough level. I need to do some leveling beta. I guess I could do that on streams. Some people won't watch. Like, I know a lot of people, a lot of streamers are streaming beta. And I know there's a lot of people that are avoiding spoilers. And while I will still cover lots of beta content in my videos, I feel like, is this glue? Where did this glue come from? Just eating Nutri-Grain crumbs and wondering where this glue came from. What on earth were we talking about? Oh. Oh yeah, streaming beta. And not, yeah. So this is a, not entirely, but mostly spoiler-free zone for people that are avoiding BFA spoilers. For now. I'm not going to say I'm never going to stream beta, but for now, that's kind of the reasoning behind not doing it too much. But EU server, because they will stalk you. Right now, I believe I am on Stranor. I think. But I'm not planning on staying there. The auction house has been bad for me. Like, latency bad. Like, throttled latency bad. And it's not, like, I don't get that kind of latency in other EU servers. Thanks, hubby, for the glue snacks. The glue wasn't from the cookie. There's no glue in the cookie. I think it might have come from the packaging of, like, the Nutri-Grain. Like, there might have been some glue in the box that then came off on the packaging that ended up with my granola bar. Children's Week is up. True. True. I don't think... I guess I should check to see if they've added anything new if I need to do another guide. But I don't think I need any Children's Week stuff this year. Of course, if you're missing any Children's Week pets, get on that. This is the week to do it. And it's fun, it's cute, and the pets are really good. Deborah, I'm not going to answer your question. Make a video on how Shadowpriest feels in BFA. Worried that my main is nerfed a lot. I did a video about the changes. And I talk a little bit about how, in that video, if you haven't seen my BFA Shadowpriest changes video, I talk a little bit about how it feels. But the rest of it, I'm kind of reserving judgment until it comes out. I think that's probably the only one I'm going to do of that kind of category. I am joining my own group. If I can remember which buttons I need to click. There we go. Go to Hellfire, they have friendly people. Nightburn with only having Alliance tune. You need a 110 Horde tune to complete the prequest. That is true, yes. Yeah, you do. So I have a Horde tune. I have a Horde Undead tune that I need to complete the prequel, like do the rep and the prequest, because I'm starting from scratch basically on EU. Not just basically, I am starting from scratch. I don't have anything done on EU. I don't have any like mounts or, no, wrong. I don't have anything, so I need to get the Nightborn rep on that as well. But I think it's gonna be worth it for a Nightborn. Like your Hunter's Transmog, thank you. I like that one too. I've always really liked just a classic elf hunter character. That was always very OG WoW to me. That was one of the, I think somebody asked me a little while ago. Hopefully they're still here. They're probably not. What the first class I ever played was? And I read their question I was going to answer and I got distracted. First class I ever played, Hunter. On a friend's account, at a friend's house actually, on their computer. I played, like, for 3 levels, a Draenei Hunter. A female Draenei Hunter. Trying to figure out how the game worked, like shooting moss and stuff. And then I eventually got the game and made myself a Nightborn, or a Night Elf Hunter. And, played that for a while. Played that until like level 40 or so, and at that point I made my first priest. And I've played a lot of priest and hunter ever since. I was mostly priest or hunter. I had short stints of being other things, but for the most part, I've been one of those two things. Transmog Yak, best 120k I've ever spent. Easily the most useful gold that you can spend in WoW. Easily. By far. Come to Sylvanas at you. I'm there, I want to see you. If you run certain raids every week, you can just auction house. Pricey drops. It's an easy way to get gold. Does your dog follow you everywhere? No. My dog avoids me. And most people. It's not really personal. My cat follows me around. And then my fish can't leave his tank because he's a fish, so he kind of follows me around. But no, my dog definitely doesn't follow me around. Dog's not much of a people person. You're on EU servers, US seems more active, but I'm not going to buy the game and sub twice. I don't think there's really any point in playing on both factions unless you are like a content creator that's trying to play with people like multiple. I guess anybody that wants to play with people from the other region. But if you're just looking for people to play WoW with, there are going to be people in your own region, and then you don't have to deal with lag. Another thing that I didn't know until I started doing it is that you cannot buy a token for your account on a region that is not your home region. You just can't. They won't let you. Gnomes are cute. I like gnomes. I kind of miss being a gnome main. I really like Void Elf. I really get a kick of having the Void Elf hair, although it's a little pink now, but when I get it back to purple, I really get a kick of having like the Void Elf hair and then also playing a Void Elf. But there's something about gnomes. There's just something about gnomes. I don't really know how to play a rogue, by the way, so it's always kind of a miracle when I figure out how to do enough damage. So we want to fan and knives the ghouls to make sure that they're not a problem. And then we use dots to make sure he's bleeding. Fan and knives. And is that spirit gonna be a problem? Do I need to, there we go. And venom, that's a good button. No idea how to play this character. I boosted a rogue. No, I leveled this rogue. I boosted another one, but I leveled this rogue just so I could open lockboxes. That was the only reason. Your fish doesn't follow you in a bubble like in WoW. I mean, he will kind of follow me to the part of the room. Like, there's two sides of his tank that I can be on, depending on if I'm by the window or by the wall. And he will almost always be on my side of the tank, looking at me and trying to pick a fight. He's a very active and personable fish. What type of breed is your dog? My dog Joker is an Alaskan Klekai. He's basically like a mini husky forever puppy. Except that puppies are fun and like people. And Joker is reserved and doesn't like people. I wouldn't say that he's not fun. He's a fun boy. He's cute. He's a great walk buddy. We go all over the place. We walk so far. And I really appreciate having a dog to walk. Because I have to walk anyways. Because if I don't exercise, I go nuts. I just go absolutely crazy. I can't stay in my apartment for my entire life and do nothing but work and play video games by myself. I go insane. I have to, at the very least, go outside and look at other people and not talk to them. Excuse me. And so if I didn't have a dog, I would just be walking by myself, which is what I used to do in Canada. But I'm really glad that people, like, you look less suspicious walking with a dog. Do you buy WoW tokens or pay real money? I bought a bunch of WoW tokens back when they came out, and I'm still kind of coasting on that time. But once my WoW time that I purchased with tokens runs out, then I'm going to go back to paying real money, but until then. It's 1 o'clock, goodness. Good luck? Oh, thank you. Are you? Can I? No, not yet. Alright, thank you. I'm just gonna eat this cookie. Put him in a balloon? Oh no. Loner dog with separation anxiety? Pretty much. Yeah, it's a little bit ironic when you think about it. So that's a no-go from this character. We got another one, though. We have another one. We have the monk. Water walking mount, also very helpful. Exercise is suspicious. I mean, you can run. People jog all the time. I guess if you look like you're walking like with purpose, you know, you're like, you know, when people are walking with purpose. I don't know. I might be just being overly paranoid. I'm sure nobody cares about why anybody is walking. That milk or some weird white tea? This is just milk. I'm having a cookie, so I just wanted to get some milk. Hazel, hope you enjoyed your package. I did. I'm trying to figure out where the best way to store and or display the tea is. I'm trying to figure out what the best way to do that is. That milk or some weird white tea? It's not a dumb question. I do drink almost exclusively tea. If there was a weird white tea, I would probably be drinking it. But oh my goodness, that's just funny. Gotta believe. Another one. Like you. Walking with purpose. Man. One thing that I never really run into, because if I'm walking somewhere, I'm almost always walking alone. Like I walk my dog alone. I don't really go places much. And if it's usually by myself. And if I'm walking somewhere, I'm usually either walking for exercise or I'm like trying to get somewhere, like if I'm shopping. So I'm usually going like pretty fast, but it doesn't feel fast to me. I'm just like, I've got long legs. I motor along pretty quickly. I'm not like running or anything, but you know, if I almost always pass people. I very, very rarely get passed by other people walking. So whenever I end up in a situation where I'm walking with other people, like if I'm trying to shop with somebody else, heaven forbid, which is never fun. I end up having to like take way shorter steps and then or like walk and then like I haven't figured it out. I'm gonna look so dumb at BlizzCon, gosh. You guys are all gonna bully me. Not you guys. How about a T-cam? I wouldn't mind setting up like a desk cam at some point. Because some people have shown some interest in like my keybinding situation with the with the orb weaver and whatnot. So if I can figure out a good way to, I mean, I guess actually I have enough cameras to just set up like a hand cam. Because I mean, I'm very rarely using both pet cams, so I guess I could just set up a second one. I used to want one of those camera angles like Hansel has, where you can see the desk and the fingers and the face. But I've never figured out where on earth I need to put my camera to make that happen. I've never once figured that out. And this angle seems to work well enough. I mean, I'm kind of like, oh, it's fine. We're good. Alright. So I think this is the last one. This is our last one, and then I'm going to eat an actual lunch instead of just this cookie. And then do Patreon stuff for any of you that are waiting for that. So normal, 25. Winter tea in your tummy. Girl's walking about she never even played vanilla. Today's tea is Genmaicha. And I've got the Genmaicha over here. Love gnomes. You play on US. Yeah, I do play. I play North American servers. Lightbringer NA. Alliance. Always. These days, always. Alright, last go. Fingers crossed. How many... I mean, I forgot to check. I've been meaning to take a look and see how many attempts that we're actually at. I want to say we're in the 50s range, but I think I might be just remembering that from a different boss. What mounts should I go after before BFA? Before BFA? I would probably consider doing like some of the more time-consuming grinds. So if you like something like Falcosaurs, or if you don't have all of those already, or like any rep grind mounts, I would try to focus on those. Because after BFA, it's probably still not going to be a huge deal to do like weekly mount runs. That doesn't really take any more out of you then than it will now. But something that you can pour a little more time into now while you have the time, I think would make a lot of sense. Like rep grind mounts, Paragon mounts. Do a whole bunch of world quests for like whatever faction you're still missing the Paragon rep for. Water Strider if you don't have it, absolutely, yeah, that's a good one. In Scandinavia, no one will think you're weird for walking without purpose. We are already so awkward you can walk alone without a dog, without people looking weirdly at you. It's actually nice. I would love to visit Scandinavia sometime. I feel like I enjoy a lot of what I hear about people there. Although also I would never meet anybody because I wouldn't talk to them and they wouldn't talk to me and I would just be there. The floor skull? A bit of a chat delay. I think actually I need to fix my chat delay. It might be a little bit higher than it used to be because I had it up a little bit for the pet battle PvP. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't have this one, but I do have this one. I have red, but not purple. Finally got Hulan. Grats! That's a nice one to not have to do anymore. I have a hard time doing enough damage to kill the Lich King on this character, to be honest with you. Like, we have lots of AoE, the ghouls aren't a problem. It's just, actually, we're doing alright. Maybe I've gotten better at it. It's all about getting the burning beer, the breath of fire. I really love throwing a big pile of alcohol on somebody and then lighting them on fire in this game. In this fictional digital video game. Like, the Brewmaster playstyle is just really, like, that combo is very, very satisfying. Other people don't have enough else to do all the Falcosaur mounts in one day. Oh man, that's a big day. Legion raids, LFR will be gone. It'll be too hard to do solo. That's true. Bring much money, expensive place. I feel like most places, I mean, I guess there's places that you travel that are cheaper, but the trip is already kind of expensive, so you may as well just budget for some spending money while you're doing that. Include the image on the cup is a brownie. The image on the cup is a brownie. Are you sure you sent the one that you thought you sent on it? Because it's a little, like, I looked it up because I was really curious, and it said it was like a New Orleans style of coffee cup. It has like a little devil on it over some fire. Here, I'll grab it. It's a I don't think it's a brownie. Yeah, it's super cool. It's super cool. I haven't had any tea from it yet. Check out travel form for culture and humans. No, I haven't seen the travel form. Is it did they just add that? Is that new? I need to check that out. Sorry if I'm late to the stream. No worries, Brian. We are almost done though, I will warn you. There's almost always gonna be somebody that comes right at the end, and unfortunately today I think it might be you. We're doing this one last chance at Invincible today. Oh, it says right in the mouse over tooltip. It says that I am 32 of 100. Well, I mean, there's no guarantee that you get it in 100, but apparently I've tried 32 times, which is not very many, so I can't exactly expect much just yet. Could happen, though. Video about farming time warp through Chromie scenario. You've been doing it today. It's pretty fast and fun. I have not thought of that. Time warp badges through Chromie. Yeah. Let's look into that. And no luck. So if it drops, like, you don't have to wait to roll and everything when you did it with a group, right? It just happens, and the achievements happen, and like a marching band comes to your house. That's what happens, right? Fire elf or brownie. It's made in Japan, not Japanese. Oh, okay. I see. Gonna get another one of those letters. The bear is sticky with honey. Confused. Anyways, that's my stream done. It's 1 o'clock. I need to get moving on the rest of my life today. Thank you very much for coming to my WoW stream. I'm sorry that it was late. I appreciate having you guys here, and I will do my best to make some kind of video and put it on my YouTube channel, because that's what I'm supposed to do. Patreon stuff is going to be happening today if you are waiting for that, and I hope that you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day.